Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I have decided after 4 years, I'm going to comb out my locks. Um, I don't know how to feel. I have many emotions. Part of me is like really, really excited. Part of me is nervous. Part of me is like sad. And part of me is like, bitch, what the fuck are you about to do? But I actually kind of already started. So this one right here, I had just like kind of for the shits and giggles of it. I don't really remember what prompted me. I was like sitting on the couch and for whatever reason I grabbed a comb and just kind of started picking at it. And then my mom had made a comment like, girl, why are you doing it that way? Like, you want to lose a whole bunch of hair and da 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 da, this, that, and the third. And I started losing a lot of hair because it was like one piece went like way down here. And then by the time I had decided to actually stop doing what I was doing, it was only just a little bit left. So I cut it off because it was like 2 strands of hair that was that long. And I was like, girl, you look crazy. But yeah, so then I kind of just like sat on it and I was like, oh, okay, I think now is the time. This is what I want to do. So I started coil method. I had waves right before this. Here's a picture of what my starter locks look like. December 29th, 2021. And at the time of this recording, it is February 17th, 2026. So just over 4 years. And I knew that this was something that I wanted to challenge myself with. I didn't think it would be this soon though. But when I look at what the past 4 years for me has been energetically and what I am moving into, I'm like, now is the time. This is really, it carried me through a lot. My hair did what I needed to do. Like I don't know if I've necessarily had an attachment to my hair per se because I've been lucky enough that my hair has always been kind of like thick and it grows very well, like even throughout this whole process. So I had someone install my locks for me because I tried to do it myself, but I could not grip it. I couldn't really figure out the coil method and it was too short for me to try 2-strand twists. So I went to somebody. She did my install and like my first 2 retwists, but I was like, your girl don't got $100 every 2 weeks to have somebody do this. So then I just started winging it and doing it myself. So like my grid is kind of like all over the place and I was just doing the best I could. And in terms of upkeep, like I really just use water. As my hair has gotten longer, I really don't be sweating, like my scalp be fine. So I wash my hair at least once a month and then retwist it and just kind of leave it alone. I usually do 2-strand twists as my hair got longer. So I will say, as the only hairstyle that I'm really, really, really gonna miss are the petal buns. Like my petal buns are so freaking cute. I am gonna miss that, but I'm like, I can just put, it probably won't be the same, but I can put like fake locks in my hair and just do the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the end of the world for me. But I've always wanted like long, luscious hair that wasn't just a wig, right? So this will be a new chapter in my hair journey because I've been bald, I've had the waves, I've had like the natural curly bush, I've had perms, I've had locks, braids, obviously. So this would be technically the one style I've never had is like long hair and just kind of see. I do plan on, after I comb them out, I do see myself relocking them. And then I think I want to do them a little bit smaller. I don't think I'll do sister locks. I wouldn't really say, I don't know. Everybody got an opinion. I wouldn't really say that these are micro locks because they're still like pretty thick. But in my head, when they started, I thought they were micro locks. And then somebody was like, girl, you don't have micro locks. And I was like, my bad. I started out with 130. Over the past 4 years, they have been condensed to 119. I've never lost a lock, like had one fall out. I've just like slightly combed them a little bit out or like, crocheted them together to do 119. So yeah, I'm just really excited and nervous, like I said, because when I first started, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna do this. And then as I'm trying to prepare myself and be more intentional about this, everybody's saying like patience is key and taking your time and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to like calm down my nerves from moving too fast. So in terms of products, I have water that I made myself. This water has rosemary, thyme, nettle leaf, fenugreek, lavender, jasmine, catnip, rosemary, thyme, nettle leaf, hibiscus, orange peel. I don't know if I said rose petal. Um, Let me just, because I keep trying to remember this. Okay. So it has lavender, jasmine, thyme, rose petals, hibiscus, catnip, nettle leaf, fenugreek, and rosemary. So this is a water that I have been making for at least a year now. I had a friend who probably over a year ago, he asked me to start making hair oils for him. So I did some research and kind of just found what herbs do help promote hair growth. And then usually I put peppermint, but I don't know what happened to my peppermint. So I put all of those together. Some of these are just some of my favorite herbs for their spiritual properties. You know, I love lavender is my girl. I love lavender. I put lavender in just about everything. So for me, this is really about the oh, and the orange peel. So one thing at a time, mango. So it started out, I think the original recipe was like thyme, rosemary, rose petal, lavender, nettle leaf. I think those were like the original ones. And then over time I've started adding the other ones as part of like things that promote hair growth, but also just like loving, self-love energy and healing and ease and peace. And so today, when I started making this water for my hair, I was peeling an orange for my altar and I really wanted to keep all the peel. So then I just threw it in there, and I was thinking about, as I move into this next chapter of my life, calling in abundance and creativity and, shedding and releasing all the trauma and energy and just, having a free crown of hair. So yeah, that is my water that I will be using. And then I have a mix of conditioner, which is this VO5 strawberries and cream moisturizing conditioner. Then I have some Fenty Hair, the richer one, moisturizing repair deep conditioner, and then the Fenty Hair repairing conditioner. And I mixed it up in this little thing, and these are what I will be using to take down my hair. So yeah, I'm really excited to document this. Whew, all right, so I have completed one lock so far. That was the one that I originally started combing out. This is what my hair looks like. I don't know how long this is going to take me. This one lock took me, give or take, 30 minutes. And that is after starting again, because remember, I started combing this out beforehand. So we're in for a ride. I don't see myself asking anyone for help with this, just because, so right now, at the time that I started doing this, I've only told one person that I was even going to do this. Like, my brother and my mom were there when I started, and she was like, what are you doing? You combing out your hair? And at the time, I genuinely didn't think that I was. So I was like, no, blah, blah, blah. But then yesterday I was like hanging out with my brother, and I was like, hey, so I'm gonna comb out my locks. And he was like, oh wow. So yeah, one lockdown. I now have 117 to go because I'm keeping that one. I'm using this rat tail comb, which I will get another one, and then I've been using this pick. So far, I've been favoring the pick over the comb. Um, and this is how much hair has shed from that one lock, not including, obviously the original. So back to business. So we are still only on lock 2, and will I say regrets? I don't know. Regret is a strong word, but definitely kind of underestimated. To be honest, y'all, I completely forgot shrinkage was a thing. Like, I had expectations that my hair was going to be long and luscious, right? And so when I went to go get this other comb, because I switched combs, I was like, why I don't feel my hair in my back? And then I saw that this baby shrunk the fuck up. So, yeah. All right, we are now on day 2. I had actually recorded yesterday, but my mic died, so you couldn't hear anything. Anywho, I got 6 done. I really thought in my head that this was going to be like maybe 2-3 days, maybe a week max. As I was looking, I looked at a video from West Indy Ray, and she also had her locks for 4 years. She did it 9 days straight. The next couple of weeks are busy for me, so I won't be able to do 9 days straight, or just like that many days, however many days straight. Then I came across a YouTube short of somebody else who had her locks for 4 years, and she said it took her 2 months. So I was like, okay, if I average about like 6 locks per day, give or take, that'll take me about 19 days. But like I said, I have things to do. So I'm giving it, if I started on the 17th, I'm giving it till the end of March at the very latest. So many thoughts. First off, so I ended up telling my cousin, and she gave me some advice, so I was able to retain some of the length. I still am kind of like, I'm at a point where it's like, it's not too far gone to just be like, I have to go this route, but I really been thinking about it, and I'm just like, this is something, like I said, this is something that I've been telling myself that I do want to do at some point in my journey. And honestly, how hard this is for me right now, if I give up right now, one, I will be a little bit disappointed in myself, but two, it's like, I'm not going to do it. I will just cut all of these off. But my plan is, once I take them out, I think I'm going to relock on my lock anniversary in December of this year. And if I don't wait that long, I am going to relock regardless. So this is not the end of the locks for me, but I was just like, girl, natural hair care is so much work. Are you really ready for that commitment? So I want to do it, but the locks are definitely coming back. What else? So the pick lost a prong. So my hair won pick 0. I bent my cousin's comb, so I got her a new one, and I ended up cutting out the pricks so that it kind of has that hook. I went to the store because originally, I don't know if I showed y'all the tools I was using. So I had this, and then just like a pick. I don't know where the pick went. So I went to the store, and I ended up getting another one that also has that hook, and then just like another one, because if my hair is that strong breaking stuff, I don't want to break up everything. And then I got this detangling brush. So I sectioned it off. We're about here. This was the 6 on the bottom row. And then this is, I think, like 19 or 20. So we'll see how long it takes me to complete this section right here. And then I also ended up getting some more conditioner argan oil to add to my pre-made mix. So here we go. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna say. Since I was like, because I really thought that this was gonna be like a quick, like I said, a week, maybe 2 weeks at max. I think that it's just going to be released in series because, yeah. Something else I did yesterday because I really thought I was going to be able to get this whole thing out the way. So I kind of went ahead and started. I wasn't that successful, but I kind of went ahead. I already cut off the sprinkles from these ones, and I started trying to um, comb out the ends. But oh, that was the other thing. I also forgot completely about in high school when I used to cheer. I had surgery on my wrist because I fractured my wrist. So I have a pin in my wrist. And after six, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be tough. So my cousin did say, this is why we ask for help and we don't have to be super women or super people and do everything by ourselves. But I did mention it to her and she was like, oh my God, is everything okay? Are you having a manic breakdown or anything? I was like, I mean, this was completely thought out. This is, well, completely thought out. This is what I want to do. But now that I've started, we might be a little bit manic. But she said she would volunteer to help me out as I go through this process. So, yeah. So, it has been 2 weeks since I originally started recording this part of the series. And I have maybe it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I started February 17th. Today is March 10th. So it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I taught art, not math. It's been a while. That's the point. Um, but yeah, I've combed out 10 or maybe 11 so far. I have been busy traveling. So if you haven't already checked out the podcast associated with this page, make sure you do that. I'll talk about what I've been doing. So yeah, I've been all over the place. Haven't really had time to sit down and comb my locks. And so the other day, I finally sat down and did, I think like 4 or 5 in like 2 days. Like one day I did two, then the other day I did three. Like I said, I thought I was going to be able to do 6 a day, not happening with my wrist, not happening with my schedule. I also, like, I looked back at the video to see, like, okay, what have I already said so far? And I was like, wow, I was being really, really rough with my hair. So, let me show y'all what some of them look like. Oh, stay still. So this is, I've combed out almost the whole bottom row except for that one I'm keeping. And I'm just at this point because I realized it's going to take so long, I'm just picking random locks at this point. So I have some of them. There's one, I think like right here up in the front. I just have them randomly. Let me show y'all what it looks like. Probably should have started from the bottom. Yep, because look at that. Look at that. Ah, I'm telling be softer with your hair. That is something that I am learning. But yes. So, what was I saying? My attention span is like a squirrel, y'all. But look at that. It's so pretty. I can't wait till I'm done. But yeah, so I'm picking random locks at this point because who knows how long this is going to take me, because even the rest of March, well, the rest of March isn't that busy, so I might be able to get a few more. I would say at least 10 more, hopefully, so then I can get under 100. But I know the first half of April is kind of busy. Well, not even the first half, all April. Neither here nor there. The point is, I be busy, and I have learned that I need to take my time, because take your time, what's the rush? I said, take your time, what's the rush? But yeah, so I said, like, I was being really, really rough with my hair when I looked back at that video, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I came across this other guy who's also combing out his locks after 4 years. I'm like, okay, universe, I hear you. And he did this method where he's taken the water bottle, and he had a water bottle. He put the conditioner in the water bottle and like shook it up, and then leaves the lock, like holds it up, leaves the lock in there to soak. I think he said like 5-10 minutes. And I've just been kind of like, the wetter your hair is, the better. So I'm just sitting there holding it, and I think I've been like maybe 20 to 40 minutes per lock, and then combing it out. And this method is so much better. I'm like, see, this is I really feel like it's the areas in my chart. As soon as I get an idea, I'm like, "Ping," like I need to get it done. And I don't always think things through. So if you made it this far in the video and this is something that you are considering, please take your time. Don't be like me. Also, my human design chart, I'm a 3-5, which basically means I'm a walking human trial and error. So like learn from the things that I do to not do. What else did I want to say? Also, in my head when I first started, like the products I was using, because I thought it was going to be quick and I thought, I'm like, oh, I want to get like really, really good deep conditioner so that this, that, and the third. You don't need, I honestly wouldn't even recommend that because the Fenty is like $32. I mean, if it's in your budget and that's what you want to do, sure. But like if it's not in your budget, but it was like, I think those are like 32 or something. And then the argan oil that I ended up getting, I think that was on sale for like $5.99. And so far, I took that original mix and then I put it in the water bottle and I've just been using that. I mixed the water that I made, the conditioner, and then some extra water and shook it up. And so I will add a clip of me, like a time lapse of me going through that process. So you can also see how long it takes, like the entire from soaking to combing out. Is there anything else that I wanted to say before I cut to that part? That it's going to take me a while. Yeah, and I started combing out random ones because I was like, you know what? Let's just have fun with this because it's not going to be a quick overnight job. It's not going to be a quick overweek job. And it's my head and I could do whatever I want to it. So let's make it fun. So we'll just continue to see how this goes. As far as retwist, because my head was looking crazy. And like I said, I've been ripping and rubbing, words. I've been ripping and running and been in places where I do kind of need to be presentable. But I'm like, why would I retwist my hair if I'm combing these things out anyway? So I have been doing, this is the second time I've done it. Look at my plant, Georgina. I'm sorry. I keep hitting you, girl. She's getting a new leaf. This is my baby. Sidebar. I've had her for 5 years, 6 years, because I got her the year the panorami. She be finicky sometimes, but that's my baby. We have been so much, and I just keep smacking her. Let me move her out the way so I don't keep hitting her. You know I love you, girl. I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Uh, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? See? It's a wonder that I was actually a pretty high achiever in school because the way I just be so distracted so easily. Not really sure how I've made it this far. What was I talking about? Oh, so the retwisting, I've been doing soft retwist, literally just I've washed my hair and then I just twist it and then I've been keeping it up in a ponytail and then wrapping my head at night with a scarf so that it can last a little bit longer. And I think that's all that I have to say. If you can hear that noise in the background, sorry, not sorry. Can't really do much about it. And I'm not re-recording this. So enjoy this time lapse. So, as you can see, this is a long process. We're still not done, but I'm getting towards the end, so I decided to stop the time lapse so you can see a little bit better. This is rough on your back, your neck, so do whatever you need to do to make your body parts feel better. I am getting ready to re-dip this. Also, it's messy. the conditioner is like everywhere. So don't wear clothes you care about. Don't be in a part of whatever space you're in that needs to stay clean. Um, I have like two outfits that whenever I'm like, I feel like combing out a lock, I go into those. So this shirt and then some of the clothes you saw me using to protect the surface. So I'll twist it. And then if I like for some of them, when I don't, um, oh no, I don't know what's going on with this phone. How do I do this? I'm trying to like I was trying to screen record the uh timer so y'all could see, but I'll just show you at the end. But yeah, so sometimes I'll comb up a lock and then if I don't finish, I'll just retwist it. But what I've been doing is I'll retwist so that it's easier to dip back in the conditioner. For my people that have sensory issues, you probably would hate this method. Very sticky, hair everywhere. I got eye boogers. Oh my God. Yeah, it's very messy. It is a lot rougher towards the bottom because that hair has been locked for so much longer. Once you get closer to the root, it is a much simpler comb out process. And I've mainly been using this comb. Look at that curl, it's so pretty. But then the moment you like comb at it, then all of a sudden it's not pretty anymore. So I'll like use this to kind of start pulling it down, and then I'll use my fingers to start spreading it apart because I am trying to be a lot softer. So in the next video, I will make it a point to measure the lock before and after to see how much length I am retaining. Because it's like I'll be combing it out and I'm sitting here thinking like, oh yeah, this about to be long. But then that's really just dead hair attached to, you know, a piece I haven't actually combed out yet. So I'll be thinking like, oh yeah, long hair, don't care. And then I'd be like, psych, bitch. So yeah, when I start to get closer to the root, I will like separate it with my fingers so I'm not putting as much tension with the comb. And I'll also go like up here and I'll kind of separate that there. So now I just have like this little itty bitty part left. So when I started, I only soaked this for probably about 18 minutes. Like I said in the previous part, I usually do like maybe 20 or so minutes. It just really depends on whatever vibe or what I'm doing. I was using a coloring app and that's how long it took me to color that picture. Sometimes I might read. I want to be as lazy as possible about this because like sometimes I'll actually hold the water bottle up, but that'd be a lot of work and we trying to minimize the amount of work we have to do. So I was like, well, I was doing yoga the other day and it was this really nice position, which I wasn't even able to do. It was actually a little bit uncomfortable the way I was laying, but I was like, well, let me just lay down. And what can I do while I lay down? And so I decided to color. Okay, we're almost there. This is where I really try to be a little bit. Look at that. And she's free. Free at last. Free at last. All right. So that is, let me get my detangling brush. Get that last little bit of, look at that. You don't see that. Get that little knot. All right. So, and then there's some more like knots. So this is hairballs everywhere. This is all the hair that shed from that one lock. It has been an hour and 10 minutes start to finish, or yeah, an hour and 10 minutes start to finish. So now what I do from here is I will rinse this out with just like regular water to get the conditioner and stuff out. And then I put some oil in it, and then I twist it and I just mix it in with the rest of my locks. And so I'll like wash my hair. I have been, more proactive about washing my hair a little bit more frequently as I do this. Just because now I'm like in between loose hair and locks, and I do want to make sure that I'm tending to my loose hair. So that is it for this series. Like I said, in the next one, I'll definitely make it a point to measure before and after. And if there's any other questions or things that you would like for me to answer or maybe give you perspective on, please, please, please comment below. Make sure you subscribe and check out the other content on this channel. Thank you.